Hi, and welcome to You in the Spotlight podcast. My name is Mihaela Vlad. I am your host. I am an advertising strategist for women who are building their business around their personal brand. And I have created this podcast because I want to bring in the spotlight other women entrepreneurs who are building their business around their personal brand and they have a story to tell. I want to hear their story. I want to share their story because in this way together we can find more inspiration and more tips on how to go one step further in our business. Also, in some episodes, I am going to share from my experience, I am going to share tips and strategies on how to get more reach and how to convert your followers on Facebook so you can create a better strategy and you can get the most from the Facebook platform where you are building your business. Also, I want to invite you to go and join our Facebook group. It's the You in the Spotlight community. It's a free Facebook group where you can meet with the other guests and you will have more training and more tips on advertising strategies from me. So see you there. Hello, Victoria.
Hi.
Hi, I am so happy to have you here.
Same here. Thank you very much for the invitation.
So Victoria is an entrepreneur from Australia, from Brisbane, and she's a photographer. She's the owner of Lifetime Story Photographies. And I am so excited to have her here with us, and I can't wait to find out her story and some golden nuggets that she can share with us on how to be the face of our brand. Okay, and I would like to find out a bit more about you and your business and how did you start it?
Okay. Hi, guys. We had businesses since we left Romania because and then we moved to New Zealand, but I was always the face behind the business because my husband was running the business, and we always clashed at some point because I'm different than him. And when we moved in Australia and we bought a house, then he opened another business, transport company, and I have no idea about trucks. And I was like, I think I want to open a studio. And my husband was always behind me with no problem because he said, buy this camera, buy the best thing. So I was like, yeah, I think I can do my own thing now. And the good part is that having my own thing, I don't need to clash with him anymore because I say and I do it in my own way.
So more freedom.
Yeah, and my husband, he's more like do it perfect all the time. And I'm more like do it now because you have to do it now. And then tomorrow you'll make it better. So like this, he said, okay, start your business. And we've started the business. And yeah, it's working great. And it's growing very fast.
It's growing very fast. So tell me a bit about the business. What do you do? What do you do? You capture, I like when I look at your page, I like your message on capturing moments that are now.
Yes.
Tell me a bit more about this.
So when I was trying when I started photography after we moved from Romania, I've started thinking like 10 years ago, and I loved it because from Romania communist time you didn't have access to pictures, you didn't have access to photography, and I was always not quite angry, but because I don't have my baby pictures, I have no idea how I looked when I was a baby. And the first picture what I have, it's about 5-6 years old before going to school, and I still know the picture. My mom is in the background and me and my sister are on a sled in the snow, and when photographer took the picture, he cut my mom's head like you can see her body but you don't know the face. And then she's missing from that picture. And then I'm missing from the rest of my life because I have no photography till that point. And when I moved to New Zealand and we were married, I was like, I don't want my son. I always thought that I will have a son somehow. And I don't want my son not to have pictures. So I just started playing with photography and taking images and images. And after I had my son, I said, now it's time to go back into it more serious. And the main reason was because I wanted him to have his memory captured. And also because all the transition from Romania to New Zealand, I lost so many on the hard drives and on the laptops, and I tried to recover them and they were gone. So I said, no, I will print my images. So every product which I have in my company is printed product. And it's a digital era and everybody wants digital products. And I'm like, I will give you those too, but I want you to have your printed images, because you go home and you have something to put on your wall, or you have an album, and every time somebody comes to you, you can say, hey, look at my baby, or look at my pregnancy, or even if someone has an event or a birthday or something, look at my pictures. So I just wanted them to have those images and not to forget about them. Because nowadays, the only reminder of a picture is when Facebook will send you a reminder. We don't tend to go back and see the images when your baby was small. If I ask people, have you seen your baby? Not really, you don't remember. But if you put a picture of him, maybe with a big smile, you will still leave that picture on the hallway, and you'll always go on the hallway and say, look at you, look at you.
Yes.
And it's different.
And it's different. And we quite tend to do more digital, and I do that. And I'm with you now, because I have thousands of pictures on my hard drive, on my on CDs from 10 years ago. And to be honest, we don't really come back to them, not so very often. And because I don't have too many prints, only digital. You're right.
Nobody has a CD anymore on the laptop.
Exactly.
What do you do?
Well, you know what we do? We go back sometimes, from, like, say, once every few months, we come back, we go to the photographies.
Yeah.
We still have a place where we can play the CDs and we look at them. And to be honest, I cry when I look at them.
Exactly.
Because of the emotions. And I'm so happy that I have them, even if they are not printed yet. But now that you said this, I want to go and print from every period something.
I always say
on my own walls.
I always say to parents, look, you don't need to come to a professional photographer every month. Take it with your cell phone. They look perfect. They have a bloody hell. How many pixels is on the camera now? 8, 9.
Yes.
They are amazing. But just go and print some of them. When your baby was in the kitchen washing the dishes, take that picture. Maybe when you are with him, put your husband to take that picture. I know it will be blurry, but teach him.
Yes.
Because you don't get those moments. How many times we don't see moms in the pictures because she's behind the picture, the camera. So we have to change that. And us as women, if we are not present in our children's life, nobody will take care of that.
Exactly.
So
I'm totally with you. And maybe now we don't understand how important they are, those moments. But later on, when they will be growing up, and they will want to look back and see pictures with them and with their mother, when when they were 5 years old, when they were 3 years old, they will cherish those moments later on,
exactly.
years from now. And I think it's our responsibility now to create those moments and put them in a picture.
Yep.
And
it's pretty much your legacy, what you gave him.
Yes.
The money what you gave him can be lost in a day.
Yeah.
But the pictures, even saved on an iCloud or somewhere, plus the print or something, he will always have them. Yes. And then if you go backwards, you can say, looking at grandma and grandpa, when you'll talk about them and he will look in the picture, he will know who is that person. Yeah. Because if you tell him a story now, but you don't give him something to look at it, he wouldn't know who was your father. Yeah. So how do you talk about that? Yeah.
Very important. And I think now we have to just take a moment in those busy lives, because we all
Yeah.
have busy lives, and sometimes we get caught in this, you know,
Yeah.
just running
Just
and
because,
running in the life, and we don't take that moment to create, not create, because we create moments, but we don't take that moment to take a picture from, and
yeah,
put that on create something that is forever,
exactly.
can remain
Yes.
for. And that's a lesson that I learned today with you. Yeah, it is, because sometimes we forget and we don't create those moments.
Yes. It's easy to forget because we are getting so busy and everything is at our fingertips. And we say, don't worry, we have another day tomorrow, but not really. So you better,
I mean, we
it's
have
the
another
same
day, but it's
it's the
another
same with
day.
life insurance.
Yeah,
You have it for a purpose and the pictures will be the same. That's pretty much your insurance to make sure that your baby will know you, your baby will know your family, and he will cherish that for his entire life. And this is another thing I always tell parents, I love props and I love babies in the prop. But when a mom comes in the studio and she has no makeup, and I said, Nana, leave it. Forget about the makeup. I can enhance your beauty. Don't worry about that. But you come in the picture and hold that baby with love. Hug him, just kiss him. Don't think about posing or anything else, because the rest I can do it. But you give him love, and I will capture that, because that will be shown in the photograph. That will be shown through your smile, through your eyes, how you hold him. So I said, don't worry about anything, only you and him. And in the moment when you'll see that picture, it will be worth more than any buckets, any basket, any flower props.
exactly.
Because that, exactly. So
You
that's what
actually
I tell.
capture the moment, the emotion.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
what I see when I see your page and um, your work, you actually, they are full of emotion.
Yes.
You actually capture that moment and capture that emotion that people have. And I really think I would like to speak with you a bit more about how important it is to have those professional photos, because
Yeah.
I know we all have our phones and we can do things, but no, we are not artists, and we
Yes.
can't really capture that emotion that well, like a professional photograph can do.
And this is
And there are
where
some
you have to do a
important
little bit of
moments in
homework.
life. Yeah, sorry. There are some important moments in life that really deserve to be
Captured.
captured. Like when your child is very small. I like
Yeah.
what you have on your website saying that they are only that small for so long.
Yes. Yeah.
And don't let that moment go. Tell me a bit more about these professional.
So my style, and when I try to describe myself in my photography, I always tell, look at me. When you see me the first time, what's the first thing what I do? I smile and I give you a hug. Now it's hard with the hug nowadays because people are like, oh, you don't know. But I will still try to give you a hug. So when I started the photography, I wanted to be all glamorous and body shaping, and I still love that. But then I said, that's not quite me. I love connection. I love hugs. I love holding hands. So when you look for a professional photographer, you have to think, what do you want? Do you want those beautiful pictures on the beach where everybody's laughing and going around and having fun? Do you want those pictures where when you look at it, you say, oh, when I will be old, I want still to be hugging my wife and my children, and I want to recreate the same picture when I will be old, and that's how I want my picture to look. I hug my child all the time, and I tell him how much I love him. I tell everyone that I love them. So that's how I like my images to be full of warmth. The color of my pictures are quite warm and moody, like deep. So when you look into professional photography, you have to look what light they use. Do you like more airy, fairy type of images? So you can go for so many types of photography. Do you like the connection with the photographer? I talk a lot. So if you want something more demure and more different and to pose you more like professional branding style, that you can go that way. So you do need to find out the connection with
your person.
style,
Because
your person.
yeah, from here we can discuss about how actually branding yourself will attract those clients, because you don't have to have all the clients in the world,
and that's bad. If you have all the clients in the world, that means
when
you don't connect with someone and gives you a headache, that's what you'll have. In the moment when you take the entire market, you'll have lots of headaches. But in the moment when you connect with someone who is similar like you, pretty much you cross the bridges faster.
Exactly. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so you reach at the same place faster and together, and you don't need to have hurdles, or at least your wheel is round instead of square. Kind of.
Yeah, I understand. I loved what you said about being yourself. So people who resonate with you will come to you. And
yes,
I really think that it's a good thing to think about. When you are yourself, you will attract the right clients that will work easily with you.
yes,
Break that ice at the beginning.
yes.
It's much easier to work with them, and also you are much happier to be yourself.
Yeah,
and work with those.
And there is this trend to fake it, to make it. I've changed it a little bit and I say face it till you make it, because I can fake makeup and glamorous for 2 or 3 days, but at some point you are breaking it down, because you can't lie for a long time. You can't hide it for a long time. Or the easiest way is to be you, and then you attract people like you. And of course, if you have to be glamorous at some stages, you can be, but again, 90% of the time it's you, and you just go as it is. Then instead of creating another brand, and then after 2-3 years, you realize that you're not that person and start again from zero. So again, you have to do the same work. So yes, it's harder until you get your crowd, the one which love you, but you'll have it forever, kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that. So face it until you make it.
Make it.
I really love that. It's something that is not really in trend.
No, not at all.
Or in trend to face it until you make it, because people don't like to be themselves. If they like to pretend they are something, they prefer to pretend they are something that they don't, because they think people will not come to them because they are not perfect. But people will come to you, and you want those people who will actually embrace you and treasure you for what you are, and for the fact that you are facing the truth.
Yes. At the end of the day, they do the same. They face every day the same challenges like you. There is no difference.
Exactly.
It's just easier nowadays because media promotes somebody sitting with their feet in the sand. But I have a bunch of sand on my garden. I just can put my feet in there and a glass of champagne closer. And I'm like, I'm at the beach. Here I am. But I'm in my back garden. Yes. And I've seen it another one, which I really love it. The grass is greener on the other side, but it can be fake. It can be fake. So don't look at the other side. Just look at your garden, because at some point your garden will be so beautiful that it will attract people without even you saying anything. That will be your voice. So yeah, that's my goal.
That's your goal.
And it took me 14 years to arrive here and say, this is me. I hated my accent so bad. For 12 years, I hated my voice. I couldn't speak, even though I was teaching classes in my factory when I was a cheesemaker. But I was between my people and I was fine. But when I was about to speak in public, was too much. My voice was too much because people were telling me, I can't understand you. And I was like, oh, it's my accent, it's my accent. But that's me. It's my accent. I can't change it. Probably I will have my Russian accent until I will get old. But I don't care anymore, because if you like me, you take me with my accent. If not, it's fine.
I love this. So I love this, and I'm totally with you. And I've had a client yesterday, one of the ladies that come to my interview yesterday, and she followed my videos and things like that. And she said, I felt attracted to you because you said you don't care about your accent. You just do it, because you will never be like perfect, and you will never have like a perfect English. But if you wait until you have it, you will never do it. So people who you only want to attract, and you will attract people who will embrace you exactly like you are, with your accent and everything. And I love this, because there are so many people who keep themselves stuck, and they don't have the courage to go forward and start a business because they think they are not good enough, their English is not good enough.
It took me 12 years.
Yes.
12 years I didn't want to do anything.
And now that you started, you feel like this is an impediment or not?
It's not at all.
It's not at all. Can you see? Yes.
Lots of people are there saying you should be even more proud of it. And I'm like, huh? Because you know 2 languages, 3 languages. I know only 1. Yes. So it's not bad, and makes you different also. We are all different. That's perfectly understandable. But like I always tell my friends when I talk, I'm like, if you hear my accent and then you make me angry, I just say with the Russian accent, my friends are coming after you. So I said, be careful with who are you talking, because you never know. Not that I like it. Yeah. So it's even better kind of thing. You know, when they say go somewhere, have a brush, because then you can talk about something, or have a scarf, a different earring, and then you have a point of connection. Well, with me it's different, because they will say, are you from Russia? And I'm like, no. And then we start talking from there.
Yeah, it's just accent.
Makes it easier.
It's the point of speaking about it. And I totally resonate with you, because I've been in the same situation. Like 6 years ago, I couldn't think that I'm going to start a business, because I thought my English is not good enough, my accent, I will never be able to make it, because people don't want to do business with other people that are not having, the same English as a first language. And now when I look back, I realize that was just a blockage in my mind.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem. I think the people are not such a big problem as we are.
Yeah, it's us, exactly. Yes. And when my breakthrough come when I start speaking with people and asking if what they feel or what they think about my accent and about my English. And when I've seen, like, I'm not going to say like 100%, but 99% from the people who I speak with, they said, it's okay, we don't mind. We don't even care. Yes. Just do your job. We don't care your accent. Because we live in a world that is multicultural, and people start to be now very open-minded, and they embrace other cultures and other accents and they just appreciate the fact that you can speak their language.
There will be cases, and I've had cases when I was like an idiot, and you don't know how to act. But who cares? They're minority.
That's the thing. Yes, who cares? Because I've had situations like that, but I don't mind to lose those clients because they don't have an accent.
It's even better.
Exactly. It's even better, and it's not my loss, it's their loss. I did have situations, but they were so little that they didn't make a difference.
Yes, and that's the
look at them. It's important in your mind.
Yeah.
Look at them like, okay, I don't care about that. I don't really want that client. If the reason that is not going to work with me is my accent, I don't really want that client.
Exactly. It's not quite important.
What I'm wearing now.
I was
Yeah?
thinking to do one the same, and then I said, I'm just going to my old thing.
It was not on purpose, to be honest. I have it in my wardrobe, and I was thinking this morning what I should wear, and I just took it from there, not thinking about. And then
It's
after I
great for
dressed,
the
I
hot
said,
weather.
well, I have a call with Victoria. So we are both Romanian, so wearing this is gonna be like a statement.
Yes, yes, yes. I was almost to do that, but I said my statement is on the wall, so it's enough.
So it's there. Yeah.
Yes.
It's so amazing to be able to connect with people all over the world and to
Yes.
get your message everywhere. And I'm very, very happy to be able to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Australia.
Same.
It's so amazing. Can you tell me how people can get, because I'm sure this podcast and this episode will go to a lot of people from all over the world, but people in Australia as well. People who want to get in touch with you and have a session, how they can get in touch with you.
Usually, my clients are coming 3 ways. Facebook, because I've started doing lots of videos, and when I started all my marketing thinking, I knew I can do lots of video because I love showing people what I do. And I think that's the easiest way for people to know me and see my face and know with who are talking. And I was thinking to keep the people on the page where they are looking, so they don't have to go to my website, go in there, or go to YouTube, even though I utilize the Google page and my website also, and YouTube channel. But usually they come Facebook, from my page and through the videos. The second one is Google. They just Google, and locally I'm on the first page. In my town, I'm not on my first page, so I still have to work on that, which is a big task ahead. And then the third one is word of mouth, which is starting slowly to trickle in.
To recommend you and things like that.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so if you want to get in touch with Victoria, just go on Facebook, look for Lifetime Story Photography. Anyway, I'm going to post the link in the comments, and you never know, maybe someone from United Kingdom wants you to do some pictures and you come and visit me.
They can come and I can mentor them also. Or I can fly in England and I can do some mentorship.
Okay, we are open for any kind of collaboration.
Exactly.
Why not? Can we finish with one advice that you can give to other women who are putting themselves out there and are building their business around their personal brand? Something that can help them to go further.
One advice which I got it from another woman, which she built an empire. I don't really like how she's doing it, but the best advice what she gave was mind your own business. And that means that you don't need to go big and help everyone at the beginning, because you spread thin. Just look at your own piece and grow it up, because at some stage you'll be able to help the others. But without you building a very strong base and losing time in different groups, for example, or just chatting on Facebook too much, it doesn't build your business. Sometimes responding to a comment which really grinds you, like I really want to respond to this woman in this group. She's unfair to my entire life, to my entire knowledge. But creating that turmoil doesn't help you in any way. Mind your own business, scroll it, just leave it. Yeah.
That's an amazing advice, and I'm sure it will help a lot of us. It's an amazing advice, just to keep your focus on what you do and don't try to help anyone or don't try to, respond to anyone.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you don't even need to give explanations. Why do you do it in that way? It's your business, you run it, it's your show, you run it as you want.
Exactly. That's an amazing advice, and thank you very much for being here with us.
No problem.
I'm very, very proud that I have you here, and I hope
Thank
to
you very
have
much.
another interview with another occasion in the future.
100% will be there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you too, and see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go and join our You in the Spotlight community, the free Facebook group, where you will meet the other guests and you will meet other women entrepreneurs who are walking on the same path, and you will get more training on how to reach more customers and how to create your advertising strategy. See you there.